all the corpses buried around here was to stand up all at once, we'd have one hell of a population problem.
It's the Miscellaneous Podcast.
I see you shiver.
Your hosts, Paulie.
Wolfman's got nards.
Josh.
Say, one of you guys know how to Madison?
And Chappie.
What's going on? Oh, relax. It's only magic.
With Twitch TV's own and Summoning Stone host, Navar Impossible.
Give me the power, I beg of you!
With a title that says it all.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes.
Let's get to it.
Or your nightmares will come true.
On this week's show, we're going to continue the full month of Halloween fun with ghost stories. We're all going to go around telling little ghost stories, whether it be personal experiences or just stories. Listeners also sent in some ghost stories, so we'll put that up. And finally, we'll have an interview with Dr. Michael Lynch, a world-renowned parapsychologist, inventor, TV personality, radio personality, the list goes on. First time I ever listened to him was back in the 90s with a local radio show called the Stephen D.C. Show based in St. Louis. And they had these great Halloween shows. So Dr. Michael Lynch and his psychic Vicky would be on for those things. Me and my brother snuck into one of their Halloween shows when they were at the McPike Mansion in Alton, Illinois. And we got ran out. It was kind of funny. And then later on, it was called the Dave Glover Show. He used to be on the Stephen DC as well. He continued on with that Halloween traditional stuff. And Dr. Michael Lynch was also there too with his psychic Vicky. And we had the privilege of sitting down with him and talking about some of his, his stuff about ghouls and ghosts. So kick back, pop some popcorn, enjoy some ghost stories.
Yes, sir.
I put up a ghost.
You did? Oh, look at that. That's cool.
I think Paul just closes his eyes whenever he does stuff.
I did too. It's right in front of you. Either that or he's just focused on the picture.
Well, actually, when I talk, I close my eyes.
That's weird.
Ooh, nice pumpkin. I like that jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, but he does not like the freaking ghost. I had to tell him.
Oh my God, do I get to give you constant affirmation about your ghost?
Yes.
Chappie, everything that you do is great. Even if we don't say anything, it's great and wonderful.
It's funny, he faded out on Grr.
I know. Everything you do is Grr. That's all I heard too. I'm like, we're doing the lion off of, or the tiger off of
Frosted Flakes?
Yeah, what's it? Tony the Tiger.
They're great!
How I feel about my ghost and not being recognized? Poop.
Chappie, your poop is wonderful.
Thank you.
I could not find a better piece of poop than that poop right there.
It's awesome poop.
It belongs in the MOG the movie.
It stays up on the refrigerator for 1 week.
And then at Halloween, it gets put on a bag on fire on somebody's doorstep.
Oh, pooping in a bag.
Yeah, hey, that does have to do with Halloween, I guess. Good job.
See?
Right.
Full circle.
It was late one night in the castle of the Chicken McNuggets.
What are you making?
Sauce. We're using my mummy's recipe.
Mummy,
There was this ghost named Casper.
Casper lives in a world without promise. Casper!
He's usually on late Friday night during Halloween.
Is he friendly?
He is. He's a really good ghost, though. Is it not that kind of ghost story?
If you like.
You like Casper, the gender-neutral ghost?
Yes.
Gosh.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's bad because you're right. I think, didn't he say in the movie he was a young boy?
He was, because he fell in love with the girl that I think he got legs for a day or something.
No, in an hour.
Yeah.
He became a real boy. I'm a real boy.
Yeah.
The ghost of her mom made him a person for an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. Is
and
that
then
really?
They all turn to ghosts, and everybody runs out of the mansion. And
I think the ultimate question is, though, would you really want to spend your hour dancing if you were a teenage boy? I'm gonna go with no.
What kind of dancing are we talking about?
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's how you're going to get to spend the 1 hour that you get in existence again.
You're going to go to a dance? No.
Yeah.
You're going to go ride a bike. That's what you're going to do.
Yes, and it's just like riding a bike. If you've done it once, he'll remember. He can get back on that boy. If he needs some training wheels, maybe she'll help him out. But,
goodness. What if this is my first time on a bike? Ugh.
Well, then it will take him a lot less than an hour.
Yeah, you won't need an hour, that's for sure.
Let's try to ride round 2.
Oh, man. Okay, so who would like to go first in telling a creepy ghost story? Because, actually, let's talk about this. So me and Josh, we lived in a house that was haunted, and it was cool. Because we could utilize it. We could utilize it. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of creepy things in there that freaked you out. We saw a shadow man. We seen people, like Josh has seen somebody wake. When he woke up, he saw somebody standing over him. And
but that was you after a late night. That doesn't count.
He thought it was a ghost, but he was really, really effed up from the night before.
Yep.
My room was a really small room upstairs, and it was still had the old 1950s paint and all that good stuff on the walls and everything. Well, in the middle of the night,
did you lick them?
Yeah, lead paint.
Got lead poisoning.
Well, I would always sleep furthest away from the door going in and put my girlfriend right in front, because in the middle of the night the door would start shaking and open itself up, and it hits the bed.
I'm gonna let her get the ghost first. So romantic.
No, I meant like as in what I'd do is I'd use it for my own benefit. So he'd be laying in there, right? And he'd put it right in front, and then the door would hit the bed because it was a really small room. She would freak out and go straight into my arms. I'm like, yeah, that's right, baby, I got you.
Come to Papa.
So how much did you pay Josh to rattle the door and push it and then run away?
Oh, I paid Palom like $5.
Yeah, see? There you go. Venmo.
I see dead people. They're everywhere.
Yeah, now this one, I don't remember what it was, but it was down on B Street in Belleville. I don't remember the name of the place, but they were transitioning. One company was moving out, and they were clearing their shit.
He knows what scares you.
And when I got there, I go in there, and I watched the people close up and do whatever, and I go and check the doors, make sure everybody's gone, clear it out. So, I'm sitting my happy, lazy ass up watching TV. And, I don't know, I guess a couple hours later, after everybody had left, it started getting dark. I start hearing some...
They're here.
Like somebody running up and down the steps. And I'm saying, wait a minute, I know all these people had left. So I got up, I went and looked at the steps, nothing. Okay, I'm tripping. So I go and sit back, because it was some kind of horror movie or something on TV. So, I'm thinking my mind's playing tricks on me. So, I sit down, about 20 minutes later, then it gets louder, but it's not running. It's boom, 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 hard step after hard step, like it's coming down the steps. So, all of a sudden my ass cheeks get tight in. I'm like, wait a minute. So I sit there and I turn and I look towards the steps. I don't see anything. But it stops when I look that way. Whenever I look that way, it stops.
Now,
Right.
Was it lit or was it dark? Or was it...
It was dark. After sitting there watching, and for about 5 minutes I didn't hear anything, I started to swivel again. Back around watching TV, but kind of half watching, so I'm kind of halfway watching TV out of the left eye and out of the right eye, kind of keeping my eye on the steps. And then it starts that hard again, but really fast, like they're running now. But boom, 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 boom. Dude, I got the radio, I got up, and I got my...
I want you to scream.
out in my car.
Nice.
And that's where I sat for the rest of the night.
I am the eater of worlds.
It was around Halloween time, and, high school, doing what high school kids do, we were out getting drunk. In the cemetery behind the practice field at school.
There's a cemetery?
Behind the practice field, right? So we're out shooting off fireworks, of all things.
Nice.
So, we're smoking weed, we're getting drunk, and, the wind is like blowing east. We're not really paying much attention to it. And then all of a sudden, I don't know who it was, but brought everybody's attention because it was like, dude froze. And you look in his face, it was a look of terror. So we're figuring, okay, he's high, he's tripping, right? So everybody starts looking at what he's looking at. The wind is blowing east, but the cloud and smoke is floating west towards us.
Nice.
And it's getting closer and closer. Now, remember, this is the fall of the year, so it's pretty breezy. And I guess it got about 30 yards from us. And I swear, you had kids run off and leave their cars. They ran off on foot.
Wow.
And I was one of those.
It was like the movie The Fog, then, right?
Sometimes that is better.
I walk through cemeteries late at night. Doesn't bother me. From Belleville to Mascoutah, I shortcut through the cemetery.
And there's a lot of back road cemeteries that are creepy.
Look at me, Damien.
Yeah, so I'm not really a spooky person, but when you see something that can't be explained or experience something that can't be explained, it's kind of time to move.
It's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Feeding into a ghost, does that give it power as well? Like the whole Freddy thing, as long as you believe he'll get worse?
No, not really. Feeding a ghost is becoming compliant with the ghost. And the ghost takes over your subconscious mind. And then that's how it gets more power. But it's not power. It's power over the individual who is allowing the ghost to abuse them. Psychological abuse.
Because, we grew up in Alton, and we lived off of East 11th Street. And we lived in the Topping House. And if you believe in ghosts, we had ghosts. But you just kind of... you'd hear a door slam, you hear footsteps, you'll hear breathing or whatever. You just kind of move on in your life. You're like, it's a ghost, and you move on. And that doesn't feed it at all. That doesn't comply with her, because you're talking about letting them come into you and take over your body.
Right, exactly. There's this sympathetic psychological connection that you can make with the ghost, and you virtually start to channel the ghost. Mm-hmm. And you can do it subconsciously, you can do it consciously. Here's a couple of examples. One is there's a ghost in your house, and you go into meditation and you try to talk to the ghost or download the ghost. I've seen that. It always fails. Not a good scenario in the end. The other type of ghost infestation, whatever attachment, can be that you have a friend, smoker. Well, the friend dies, and then all of a sudden you start taking up smoking, and then you start doing certain characteristics that your friend had. And then that is a sign that attached. It's working through your subconscious to develop behaviors that are not normally or naturally yours.
Human beings are really kind of complex if you think about it. Even after death, they can still influence you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The human body, the human corporeal form, is a multitude of different apparatus. You have your chakra points, you have your subconscious, you have your conscious mind, you have your sleep cycles, you have your sleep, you have, REM, you have lucid dreaming, REM cycling. Every 90 minutes when you sleep, you start a whole new dream over again. We just normally remember the most dynamic dreams.
Wait, every 90 seconds you redo a dream?
No, every 90 minutes. Every 90 minutes when you dream, or when you sleep, every 90 minutes you go through a dream cycle, and it gets deeper and deeper each time. And then this is the way that the entities can try to communicate through your subconscious. I did an experiment. I was on the Art Bell show, and I said, here's a technique that everyone can use. If just before you go to bed, just say or think, is there anyone here that would like to give me a message? dead relative or angel guide, and as you go into sleep, as you start to go into sleep, you'll hear somebody say your name, give you a message, whatever, and then it's the same process. If you wake up very slowly, come out of sleep very slowly, they can also communicate at that time as well. The subconscious, super subconscious doors are open, and then the psyche can receive data and information. And this is normally called the alpha state. Psychics, even while they're awake, go into alpha when they start to download information from. So when they I have a friend, and she has a lazy boy, big old overstuffed lazy boy chair, and she sits down in the lazy boy and goes into what we call alpha state. What was really interesting about, she always claimed that she had a Native American shaman Indian guide, and the guide was, of course, an entity, and the guide helped her become more psychic. Well, one day she lays down on her lazy boy, and lo and behold, caught the guide on our video equipment, and it was right around her head. During her psychic trance or experience, she talked to an angel, and it was really funny. She was talking, showed up, videotaped the angels. This is the first one I ever saw. It was like Tinkerbell. It looked a lot like if you had an out of focus photo of Tinkerbell, that's what it looked like. And it was just flying around her chair. And then she said, okay, the angel is saying to ask her a question, to ask my question. And I said, okay. So I asked my question psychically with the angel to the point to find the answer to my question. When she returned, when the session was over, right then, the angel flew right in front of the camera as if it was waving to go on, say goodbye. And then just flew through the wall and was gone. The psychic wakes up and says, I said, what did the angel look like? And she described exactly, videotaped, a hyperactive Tinkerbell. White light, just pure white light. And then I caught another angel, of course, a different type of angel in my backyard, and it came up to me. And it was the messenger angel, but since I'm not psychic, I couldn't talk to it. So it came up just to let me know that everything's okay, So I videotaped that, and I put it in slow motion, analyzed it. It's amazing. It was so bright and luminescent that I thought that it was a street light. That's how bright it was. And it flew off and just flew into the reality that I understand, but it flew off and just disappeared. And then human entities show up. They're in a ball. They can be the size of a baseball, big as a basketball. One of them showed up and was flying around, and it noticed that I could see me. It came close. It flew back, flew back, and then went on its way. I videotaped another entity 150 feet away, and it came right at me, just right at me like, hey, I'm going to dive bomb and buzz you. It came right at me, and I just kind of, stepped to the side. So I can't really talk to these things, but we can videotape them, and we can get EVPs, and we can run the scenario on why they're, and that is the whole key.
Something strange. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across.
It seems every year, no matter what we do, when we're talking about ghosts, ghouls, and goblins, it gets messed up. Technical problems, all that good stuff. And, I like it. It kind of adds to the flair of Halloween, so to speak. We have a listener named Aaron. He came on the show. He wanted to tell us stories. He brought in pictures and EVPs. At the end of the show, we're going to link in the show notes the Discord so everybody can come on into the room where we do our live show. And you can see all the pictures. You can read the text. You can and follow along with us in the podcast. But it's going to be choppy. It's going to be a little rough. So bear with us. But hope you enjoy. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Aaron.
Not much to say, but started back in 2008. It really kind of picked up after 2010 when my now ex-wife and I bought a house, and my daughter started responding to people who weren't there. So I thought maybe imaginary friend, if you have kids, that something might be, going on. But we went through the house, and I spoke to the realtor. First question was, did somebody die in the house? And she told me no, but her husband did pass away, and it was a quick sell because it was a large house and she couldn't take care of it. So that's kind of when things started amping up, I guess. You'd hear footsteps, you'd hear voices, and then that's when I started, I guess, getting equipment together to see what was going on.
Do you consider yourself to be like a paranormal investigator, or would you call yourself, or you just...
No, it's more of a hobby, but I just wanted to know what I was dealing with. You see, someone standing at the end of your bed, or you see, someone walk across the hallway. It's not a pleasant experience.
All right, hold on one second. What did you say, Funny Jet?
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to do that again, buddy. I couldn't hear you.
I just can't right now. This is scary.
Oh. Now, are you seeing like shadow men, or are you just seeing like a normal person walking around? Like, how does describe the apparitions?
Well, I guess the one that really took me by surprise was at my dad's house. I got home from work and was getting into bed, laid down. I thought one of my sisters was standing at the foot of the bed, sat up. Obviously wasn't her, and she's just sitting there staring. So I turned around and she walked right through the door. But that was my first one.
That's crazy.
Oh no.
That reminds me of a story I remember from a book. The person was it was an older house. All of a sudden they see this person standing in the hallway. And they're just like, yike. One, there was somebody in the basement doing work in the St. Williamsburg area. This person, and then this ghost is like, stop whatever you're doing. It was just like,
Yeah. Here, I'm going to change servers real quick because even Frasley, you're getting all weird out. Let me change servers real quick to...
Yeah.
That's awesome. We got Josh in here. All right,
so... Hey, Josh.
We're
I thought it was 3:30, so sorry.
What was it, buddy? Oh, you're fine. Okay, so we're talking with Aaron. He's having some paranormal experiences, and he decided to record some of them. Frasley, can you play the first track real quick?
Yes.
Ooh.
If you want to talk on that recorder, maybe say your name.
And to add it to that on your side, because it might be a little choppy over the internet.
Yeah, because you're really choppy right now talking.
Yeah, mine is going up and down. I'm very frustrated with it right now.
Okay, so... Well, let's play it one more time, see what it sounds.
If you want to talk on that recorder, maybe say your name.
See, you hear a faint something right there right before it ends.
To me, it sounded, my name's Frank, and you could hear it even, it was weird because you could hear it even before the louder recording. But you hear like an echo in the background, and then you can hear name's Frank.
Play the second track, Presley.
Do you want to keep talking?
Yeah, you hear that one pretty good. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like he said, oh.
Yeah, he said okay when you said you want to keep talking.
Do you want me to come back out here? Do you want to keep talking?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the quick one. Okay. Yeah. And there were a couple of other ones just like that.
Can you say something into the recorder?
The interesting thing about all this stuff is you don't know what or who you're talking to. I don't recommend anybody conjure up anything. It's not a safe thing. That's the only reason I started doing it is because he started talking to my daughter, moving stuff around the house, walking around while I'm sitting there watching TV.
What does he mean moving stuff around the house?
Yeah, that is creepy. Now, you said you heard just the voice just with your ear before, right?
Oh, yeah, and I heard it, 2 days ago when I shot you a text?
Oh, no.
I'm walking through my living room and I hear, it's not a good feeling. But it's interesting. How do you not pay attention to that? Anytime a paranormal event is going to happen, you get a lot of activity, and especially when you start paying attention to them.
All right. What did you want to say, Fresley?
The funny that was asked. I remember unexplained mysteries of like this moving when they things moving.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Fresley. You're cutting out really bad.
I think fine. No, in the living room, and then you find it in the kitchen.
Yeah, me and you, Josh, have talked many times about our experiences and stuff getting moved and stuff like that. Frasley, can you play the next track real quick?
At any point you want to ask questions or something like that, just go for it. At any point you want to ask questions or something like that, just go for it.
This is bad. We're while we're doing the show, we're also having some technical difficulties.
Right.
Have you?
Yeah.
All the
jeez,
like the paranormal stuff we've difficulty.
This is fun.
Just means that perseverance pays off.
Yeah. I'm keep trying to switch servers to get something better. All right, Frasley, talk again real quick.
Teapot, short and stout. You hit me over. You hear? Hey, don't do that again. 3, right?
Yeah, track 3.
It's a public cover up stuff. No,
that one was harder for me to hear.
Okay. All right. Well, try the next one down then. Sorry, what, Aaron?
Is this the one that left my friends alone?
I don't know. Here, play another one real quick, Fraz.
It's getting close to like 1 o'clock. I've done like 2 or 3 of these already, and I haven't got shit. So.
All right, we're gonna have to change this out because all I'm seeing is every time you play the track, my voice connectivity goes really low. So, all right, Aaron, tell us a little bit about the things that you heard on the EVPs, and then we'll play those in the show with what you experienced, because you know the EVPs more than all of us.
Okay. Once I found out that something was there, the deal was to stay away from my daughter, stay away from my ex-wife, and if you want to communicate, get my attention. So there were numerous times when I would be sitting watching TV, and something would get moved, something would get knocked over, or I'd hear a voice. That was my signal to, we need to go talk. And that's when he got completely active. 2-3 nights a week, something would go off, there would be things missing, and then put back in places where we wouldn't usually find them. That's when I just picked up a voice recorder, a K2 meter, and just start talking.
Walking. Yes, sir.
And there was one that really, really hit me hard. And I knew I was dealing with some intelligence. It was the one when he said he didn't like my music.
You hate rap music? Is that the problem? You don't like the music?
I'm playing music for this person. I got a K2 meter going, and this K2 meter starts spiking once I played rap music. When I said, what's the problem? You don't like the music? You don't like rap music? And then he says, I don't like yours.
You hate rap music? Is that the problem? You don't like the music?
I'm sorry, you cut out for a little bit.
Oh, great. Now we're having phone problems.
Oh, no.
I just got you back.
Okay, we there? All right.
Yeah.
So this is all. I mean, it's crazy. We're having problems all over the place. Real quick, let's take some questions. Josh, did you have any questions or anything? And Josh,
No, I'm just kind of, just kind of listening and enjoying the stories. I mean,
yeah, it's crazy. Frasley, you have any questions?
Well, I mean, the music. What would you prefer? Does you prefer Celine Dion,
or maybe some?
Like rap, I know that.
Funny Jit, you have any questions?
Does he think it's in his house or from house to house?
To be honest, I think it's just that house. The husband that passed away, his middle name was Francis and called himself Frank. I only looked up on the deed and on Block Chopper, and I can't tie it to anything else other than that past owner.
Okay. Yeah, because that was one of my next questions. Did you find out anything on this? And KRL says, "Oh shit, Francis."
There are cases where spirits do follow people from house to house. If you have, say, something of a significance to them, they will follow them.
Oh, absolutely. There are attachments. I mean, even pictures that I sent you, you can clearly see it. Once something gets some attention, they're going to latch on. They're going to travel with you. And that's a huge thing you got to be aware of.
The pictures are in Discord, so go to the show notes and you'll see the link for Discord. And this is the first one.
Oh, and that was a trip. That was a trip even before I saw him. That's what I saw. Just a ball of light.
Oh, wow. And these are, I mean, I'm not an orb guy per se, but these are pretty good, you know?
I asked him to get out of frame, get in frame, out of frame. And like I was telling you last week, I took 70, 80 pictures and told him not to be in any of them, and nothing showed up. So, I mean, could be lens flare, could be this, that, but
yeah.
You have voices that are connected, and I'm not going to try to trick a bunch of people for hours of work just to trick somebody. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't help you out any. Okay, so yeah, KR Rose at Ortec.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah, the ball in the last one is really big. That's a good one, and the one on the TV is really predominant.
Yeah, with that one, that's why I took consecutive pictures. It was more of looking for lens flare or a reflection, but I did that for every single one and kept coming up with the same result.
Frasley goes, J.J. Abrams will be pleased. Yes, the picture of Tracy Lords at the bottom, that's just a lens flare.
I love Tracy Lords.
All right, so
I didn't know she'd be in my picture.
All right, so other than that, I mean, is it just a fun hobby you do and you just kind of play around with it? But it doesn't seem to be, it seems to be doing it's what it's supposed to do. No messing with your family, just with you, right?
Oh no, there was an incident when I was leaving, when my wife and I were getting divorced. There were a lot of banging sounds and just, she's calling me upstairs to get him out because he's moving her, flat iron and makeup around and all that stuff. So I had to go up there. Hey man, we're not doing this. Get out. And then they would all stop. And there's a bunch of a lot of anger with him about me leaving.
Wow.
But I don't know if he left. My ex-wife hasn't seen him since. So.
But you said you heard something like a couple days ago. Do you think it was him?
Oh yeah. And that's the whole thing. I try not to communicate with that anymore. But yeah, stuff moves in my kitchen. My daughter had she wasn't here, but a guy walked out of her bedroom, and I chased it into my kitchen. Nothing there. He ran out of the kitchen and back into the bedroom. Chased him there. Nothing. It's a very delicate situation, and I'm very surprised that I had the nerve to talk about this, because people look at you like you're Unless you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've lived in a couple haunted houses. At least I think they're haunted. Over my I lived in a house off it was in Florissant. We saw there was a little kid that was buried at the edge of our property from way back when. We found when we were putting the fence line in, and when that happened, you'd see the kid. The people around the block, the cul-de-sac where I lived in, they would see the kid. You'd always hear things, creepy things every once in a while. If you listen to a previous episode on the Miscellaneous Podcast for the Halloween thing, you'll hear all those stories. And then in Alton, I lived in an old timey Alton called the Topping House, and I saw a lady walk down the stairs that was not my mom. And then me and Josh, we lived in a haunted house in Belleville, Illinois.
Yep.
So you saw a doppelganger?
A what?
A doppelganger. It's a spirit that will impersonate another person.
No. This was just a person walking down the stairs. My mom was the only girl in the house. It was 3 brothers and my dad. And I come around the corner to the master stairwell, and I see a girl coming down. I just assumed it was my mom, but it wasn't.
Oh.
Now, Josh, did you see anything that's big that happened over in Belleville?
No, I never really saw anything. It was more of things would get taken and then returned days later in the wrong places.
Yeah, like the lighter and stuff like that. Now I saw a shadow man
lighters,
in the kitchen.
It would always take my cologne, remember, and put it in my truck.
Didn't you say you woke up and somebody was standing over you?
Oh yeah, in the upstairs bedroom.
Yeah, because you woke me up about that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Do you want to expand upon that, or just want to say yeah?
Yeah.
No, it was really, really early in the morning, and I woke up and there was like a shadow figure like standing over me, and I closed my eyes real quick and felt like 5 or 10 seconds, opened them back up, and it was gone. But that was really it.
Yeah.
Now my experience was the shadow man was in the kitchen. I was coming down from our bathroom was upstairs. I was coming down from the shower, hit the first landing, turned, and it was standing right there at the edge of the stairs and darted off. And every hair on my body rose. It was creepy.
And that's a lot of hair.
Really? The one I saw that was at the foot of my bed, it was standing there. Obviously, it's darker than dark. I swung at that fucking thing. I thought it was a person.
Yeah. I heard a few teens last night discussing that. Okay, Fresley.
They were like, hey, wait. So the person gave them a medium lemonade instead of a small lemonade. They're like, you know what this means? We got to get #1 in Battle Royale mode.
Oh, God. Well, Aaron, I really appreciate you coming on the show and talking a little bit about this. And like I said, the edited one we'll put all the stuff in. But I want to keep all the mess ups that we're having to show that as we were talking about this, everything started getting whacked out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, we spent how much time going over this? I'm stupid, but I'm not simple, so I can get this shit. I just don't understand what wasn't working.
Yeah.
But, Holly, I appreciate your time. Hopefully we can figure this stuff out, and it'll work out next time.
Yeah. It's all
Thanks,
good.
Aaron.
All right, man. I'll see you soon.
Did you want to plug anything, or do you want to do anything like that?
No. I'm good. I appreciate it.
All right, man. We'll see you back in the text.
And all around the wall, a splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob.
Nitro Herbal Energy Drink. Infused with 3 herbs and 2 vitamins to give you the best quality in a drink your body can handle. To order, call 1314-485-9294. That's 1314-485-9294.
More stuff good.
There were a lot of things that I saw down in the basement.
And you look down and there was this gentleman in a long gray jacket, and he was completely gray. And when he turned to look at us, he had no eyes. They were just like black dry sockets.
It's the Miscellaneous Podcast.
Yes, we are the hungry ones.
Your hosts, Paulie.
You think I'm mad, don't you?
Josh.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
And Chappie.
He has been dead for 20 years.
With Twitch TV's own and Summoning Stone host, Navarre Impossible.
No, it's your fairy godmother.
With a title that says it all.
We're ready to believe you.
Let's get to it. So, it's October.
It is.
It is fall. Officially fall now. I love the fall. I love Halloween. This is one of my biggest holidays ever.
I took off for Halloween.
I'm a little jealous.
Just because, I mean, it's Halloween. Who doesn't take off for Halloween?
Our miscellaneous Sweet 16 of scary movies.
Lights out, everybody.
I don't like scary movies. Like, honestly, I am a major chicken when it comes to scary movies. I'm a scaredy cat.
Poltergeist.
We were wondering if maybe you had experienced any disturbances lately.
What kind of disturbance?
Oh, you know, like dishes or furniture moving around by themselves.
Verse Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Ooh, right off the top, huh?
Yep.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I say Friday the 13th.
See, I think I got to go Poltergeist, but I'm outvoted, so.
No, you know what? I'm actually changing to Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Only because this house is clean, Carolyn.
I also picked Poltergeist too. I'm in this as well, okay?
All right.
Yes. Amityville Horror. Versus Paranormal Activity.
I feel it breathing on me.
Looks like something big here.
You stop following me with the camera.
I'm in control.
Amityville.
I like Paranormal Activity.
So Chappie is our tiebreaker.
Those are two good movies I've heard about. Can I just pick one?
Yes.
That's the idea.
Paranormal Activity.
It.
I, Georgie, am Pennywise, the dancing clown. You float soul!
Versus Saw.
Who is that? Who's in there?
I want to play a game.
It. When you have clowns and spiders, really, is there a choice?
It moves on. There's
yeah.
there's so many against it, yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm ready, and this is for you.
Versus The Shining.
Wendy, stay away! Darling, light of my life, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
Nightmare.
The Shining.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
The Shining.
I guess I'm the tiebreaker.
Yep.
Nightmare.
You better
moves
pick
on.
right.
Yep.
I pick whatever I want.
Got him. He got it.
Halloween.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Versus Exorcist.
Keep away. The soul is mine.
Halloween.
Exorcist.
Yeah, I'm going with The Exorcist.
I mean, that is a tough one, though.
I don't know either one of those.
Exorcist moves on.
Only because of, why you do this to me, B&B?
Nice. Silent Hill.
Fire started 30 years ago.
Only the Dark One opens and closes the door to Silent Hill.
Versus The Conjuring.
I'm sitting here with Carolyn Perrin, who, with her family, has been experiencing supernatural occurrences.
First clap!
Conjuring.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. It's a video game. Can't go wrong with it.
Oh.
Jeez. Looks like Silent moves forward, because even with mine, it wouldn't matter. All right. Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
The dead who live on living flesh.
Versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America.
They're all dead.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, I'll stand out of this one. I don't know.
So Zombie Apocalypse versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's a hard one.
All right, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That is a hard one.
It's a 50-50 vote for me, but I'll probably go with Night of the Living Dead because that's a classic, and I was scared. As a child, that movie gave me nightmares.
It's a tough one. Man, I think I have to go Texas Chainsaw Massacre because, I mean, there's zombies everywhere, but every haunted house has to have some dude with a chainsaw chasing you, so.
Well, that's true. Every haunted house has to have a person chasing you, so hell, why not? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas moves on.
You know, and think about this. Like, when a zombie's chasing you, you're like, yeah, a zombie's chasing me, I'm going to run away. But when that dude fires up the chainsaw, you're getting out of your skin. Yeah.
You run like hell.
13 Ghosts.
There are ghosts around us all the time.
A key to your new house. This house is a one-of-a-kind home.
Oh, your uncle was quite a collector of many things.
What the hell was that?
Versus Children of the Corn.
These people all died so young.
Not die. We go to him. First night of our 19th year.
Who the hell's him?
He who walks behind the rose.
Make sacrifice unto him. Bring him the blood of the Outlander.
Not blaspheme, Malachi.
Malachi! He wants you too, Malachi.
Children of the Corn.
COC.
Wow. Yeah, I have to go. Man.
I know, isn't it?
You know, I'm going to go with Children of the Corn only because
it's a classic.
13 Ghosts is turning that way too.
I don't even know what 13 Ghosts is.
That's the movie after 12 Ghosts.
Oh, right on. And before 14 Ghosts?
Yep.
Okay.
You know, sometimes that 13th one is better.
Mm-hmm.
14 Ghosts are still in production.
Poltergeist versus Paranormal Activity.
I would go with Poltergeist.
Friday the 13th.
What? It's Paranormal. What?
Friday the 13th.
What? No, it's not.
That's why I did it.
Oh, I hate y'all, man. I hate y'all.
Oh, between those two, Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
It's always Poltergeist.
Oh.
Children of the night.
Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to curse.
My mic is always on.
Another listener just dropped.
Yeah.
So Lavender's Corner is down to -2.
Yeah.
Poltergeist moves on. All right, It versus Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh,
don't do this to us.
I want to say Nightmare, but I think I have to say It.
You've got the body. I've got the brain.
I can't decide. It's a tie with me.
Yeah, I'm going with It. I'm still, serial killer clown.
Yeah. The original.
Beep, beep. Tim Curry, they all float down here.
I'll show you how to flow down. They all flow down here.
Well, I also vote for It, so It moves on. Hey there, Georgie. All right. Exorcist versus Silent Hill.
Exorcist.
Yep, The Exorcist.
I agree.
The X moves on.
Even though The Exorcist isn't a video game?
No. Actually, I think they do have one, but it's all right.
What do you do? Go run around throwing holy water on people?
Probably. I mean, they have Friday the 13th and everything else, so...
The power of Christ compels you.
I need an old priest and a young priest.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre versus Children of the Corn.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Children of the Corn.
Yeah, I'm going to switch my vote to Children of the Corn.
I'm going Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chappie.
Children of the Corn.
Final four.
Poltergeist versus It.
It.
Yeah, I'm still going with It.
With what?
I think I have to go with Poltergeist.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Chappie.
It.
Ooh, It moves on. Exorcist versus Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn still. Them kids are creepy.
Yeah, I go with Children of the Corn.
Do you remember what the name of the bad guy in Children of the Corn was?
I don't know. What was it?
He who walks between the rows.
Ooh.
You know, why is every bad guy in a scary movie named Malachi for some reason? It just seems weird.
I still like The Exorcist, man. That one gets in your head.
Where's Reagan? In here with us.
I also picked Exorcist too. So Chappie, you are our tiebreaker.
Children of the Corn.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've only ever seen Children of the Corn, huh?
No, my brother liked it.
Now that you've entered my house of horrors, you must find a way out. Be prepared for anything.
So, here we go. It versus Children of the Corn.
It.
Yep. It. This is battery acid.
Have you seen the new one? I like the new one as well.
I haven't yet. It's in the works.
Yeah, it was a thing. No, I think I would stay with Children of the Corn, but I'm outvoted, so.
Yep. It is the winner.
It's okay, man. You can make a stand. It's all right.
I know.
It's funny how it ended up being two Stephen King stories.
Stephen King's a classic.
So it is the winner of the Sweet 16 of horror, Halloween, slasher, scary movies of the Miscellaneous Podcast. Yay!
Stephen King somewhere is very happy.
See you in your dreams.
Thank you for listening to the Miscellaneous Podcast. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to the show. You can find us on almost all podcast platforms. You can also contact us at miscellaneouspodcast17@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook at MISC Podcasts and on Twitter at MISC Podcast17.
And you can call or text using our Google number, 314-403-0151. That's area code 314-403-0151.